a big move by China to restrict exports of some metals widely used in semiconductors, electric vehicles and high-tech industries has ramped up a tech war with the United States and could potentially cause more disruption to global supply chains. A trade war between China and the United States over the future of semiconductors is escalating. China's Commerce Ministry has said from the 1st of August it would control exports of 8 gallium products and 6 germanium products to protect the country's national security interests. A move analysts see as retaliatory action in response to escalating efforts by Washington to curb Beijing's technological advances. Gallium, germanium and other minor metals are widely used in wide bandgap semiconductors, communication equipment, solar panels and electric vehicles. China is the dominant producer of gallium and germanium. In 2022, top importers of China's gallium products were Japan, Germany and the Netherlands. Top importers of germanium products were Japan, France, Germany and the US. Companies are now reacting to this news, with one US semiconductor wafer manufacturer saying it is applying for export permits to assure its investors. The chairman of the Global Mining Association of China has said, and I quote, "China has hit the American trade restrictions where it hurts." He says gallium and germanium are just a couple of the minor metals that are so important for the range of tech products, and China is the dominant producer of most of these metals. It is a fantasy to suggest that another country can replace China in the short or even medium term. Japan has warned it will oppose any violations of World Trade Organization rules and other international agreements in this regard. Shares in some metal producers surged on Tuesday, with Yunnan Linkang Xinyuan germanium industry jumping 10% by the daily upper limit and Yunnan Sheong zinc and germanium company climbing 7%. Last October, the Biden administration in the US unveiled a set of export controls banning Chinese companies from buying advanced chips and chip-making equipment without a license. Chips are vital for everything from smartphones and self-driving cars to advanced computing and weapons manufacturing. US officials have talked about the move as a measure to protect national security interests. And for the curbs to be effective, Washington needed other key suppliers located in the Netherlands and Japan to join, and they did. China eventually retaliated. In April, it launched a cybersecurity probe into Micron before banning the company from selling to Chinese companies working on key infrastructure projects. On Monday, Beijing announced the restrictions on gallium and germanium. China's controls come as Washington mulls new restrictions on the shipment of high-tech microchips to China following a series of curbs in recent years. The US and the Netherlands are also expected to further restrict sales of chip-making equipment to Chinese chip makers as part of efforts to prevent their technology from being used by China's military. Beijing last made a retaliatory move against US pressure on chips in the month of May this year, when it banned some domestic sectors from purchasing products from US memory chip maker Micron. Analysts say they see the export controls as China's second and much bigger countermeasure in the US-China tech war after the Micron ban, and also as a likely response to potential US tightening of an artificial intelligence chip ban. The US is dependent on China for these two critical elements. It imported more than 50% of the gallium and germanium it used in 2021 from China. Eurasia Group analysts have described China's export controls as a warning shot. It's a shot across the bow intended to remind countries, including the US, Japan and the Netherlands, that China has retaliatory options and thereby to deter them from imposing further restrictions on Chinese access to high-end chips and tools. That's what they say. The United States also imports a fifth of its gallium from the UK and Germany and buys more than 30% of its germanium from Belgium and Germany. Small amounts of gallium, around 10 metric tons in 2021, were produced by Japan, Russia and South Korea. Germany and Kazakhstan also produced it in the past. After prices rallied in 2020 and 2021, Germany announced that it would begin primary gallium production once again. Gallium is a soft silvery metal and is easy to cut with a knife. It's commonly used to produce compounds that are key materials in semiconductors and light-emitting diodes. Germanium, is a hard greyish white and brittle metalloid that is used in the production of optical fibers that can transmit light and electronic data. The export controls have drawn comparisons with China's reported attempts in early 2021 to restrict exports of rare earth metals, a group of 17 elements for which China controls more than half of the global supply. Gallium and germanium do not belong to this group of minerals. Like rare earths, they can be expensive, to mine or produce. China is the world's leading producer of both gallium and germanium. The country accounted for 98% of the global production of gallium and 68% of the refinery production of germanium last year. The metals are used in high-speed computer chips and in the defense and renewable energy sectors. Germanium is key to fiber optic cables and also used in high-speed computer chips and plastics as well as infrared radiation. The metal and its oxides are used in military applications like night vision devices and satellite imagery sensors. It's also important for low-carbon technologies such as solar cells. Gallium at 99.99% purity in China was assessed at 1,775 yuan or $245 a kilo on Monday, up 5.97% from the previous session. And China's germanium price was last at 9,150 yuan or $1,264 per kilo. Rare earth magnets are used in wind turbines, electric vehicles, and defense applications like laser-guided missiles and many other high-tech devices. China has hinted at multiple times that it could crimp rare earth exports, including in recent years.